Please wait till I call your name before you unmute. All right, today is January 14th, 2021. That is not our agenda today. I did not change it, so let me do that real quick. We are going to review and recite our mission statement, our class norms. We are going to go over our science warm-up, but in Canvas today, we are going to watch a renewable and non-renewable resources song a few times. Spell check that. Okay. What happens when you type? Then we are going to possibly attempt to play Kahoot to review. First, we're going to go over renewable and non-renewable resources objectives. Then we're going to play a Kahoot review. All right? We're going to see how that goes. I don't know how it's going to do, but we're going to see how this goes, okay? Got to figure out how to do this with you guys being online. All right. All right. So let me go back to presenting. Google Etiquette. Please make sure that you show up on time. You have a quiet place to work. You have all your supplies. Mute your microphone. Videos need to be on. I have a few of you that have it off. You know that ain't cool. Videos need to be on. Let's get our videos on. Couple more seconds. Let's turn our videos on. Let's turn videos on. Let's turn our videos on. Turn your video on. Turn your video on. Video needs to be on. Video needs to be on. Video on. Video on. Video, video, video on. Everybody needs to turn their video on. On. Video on. Video on. Everybody needs to turn the video on. Video on. Video on. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people with their videos off. Turn them on. Turn them on. Turn them on. Turn them on. Turn your video on. Turn them on. Turn them on. Turn them on. Turn the video on. Our class norms are to be kind, be respectful, and be working. Our mission statement. Everybody needs to repeat because this is what we are going to do. And I'm going to tell you right now, based on y'all's CBA results, y'all do not do that very last line. I'm telling you right now, you do not do the very last line, and we will talk about that on Monday. We'll talk about it on Monday. Repeat after me. We will work together as friends and family. In Mrs. Met's class, to gain more knowledge, to work, and to learn, so we can all be successful. We will listen to each other, help each other, and encourage each other. We will make things happen and show the world we will not accept anything short of the best. All right. So, that being said, I am going to tell you we were not the best on the CBA yesterday. We were actually at the very bottom. I do take big responsibility for that. So like I said, there's going to be some things that changes, but guys, that's on you too. I'm not in this alone. I'm not the one that took the test, right? Yeah, not the one that took the test. You guys are really good about giving me information. When we talk about the warm-ups, we have great conversations. You guys, I feel like you knew this stuff. I really did. But it was like, I don't know. I don't know what the disconnect was, but I will tell you this, we're going to talk about it on Monday. So be prepared with some kind of thoughts and ideas on what happened. Let's kind of figure out what happened. Now, there's some things I'm willing to do and there's some things I'm not willing to do. But that's because I know out of my 14 years of experience what works and what doesn't. But I do want your input and I do want your ideas. I've already been given some input and some ideas, so I'm kind of implementing some of that today to kind of give you guys some more ideas as well, okay? All right, our class goal is 100% of Mrs. Met students will show growth on unit assessments throughout the 2020-2021 school year. They will accomplish this goal by being purposeful and intentional with their time and learning. Which means now that we've had one CBA, we have a baseline. We're going to have another one, so we will improve significantly over that one. Our learning objectives. I really wanted to talk about this because this is kind of what you are needing to know. What is a renewable resource? Well, you are expected to define a renewable resource as a resource that can be replaced in a relatively short amount of time within a person's lifetime. So, understand replace in a lifetime doesn't seem like it's very quick, but in terms of renewable versus non-renewable, that is quick. You need to know examples of renewable resources such as water, air, plants, animals, and energy from sun, which if you guys have your renewable and non-renewable notes, we wrote that down, didn't we? You need to know that examples of renewable, we already went over that soil is renewable if we add nutrients to it to reclaim and reuse it, which a lot of farmers do. However, the process of making new soil is non-renewable because the process of weathering and erosion takes thousands of years, right? So we talked about weathering, erosion, and deposition, and then we moved into renewable and non-renewable resources, so they are interconnected, okay? Non-renewable resources, what are fossil fuels and what are minerals? You are expected to define a non-renewable resource as a resource that cannot be replaced in a short amount of time. Understand that fossil fuels are minerals and non-renewable resources, that these are not formed, or these are formed from decaying remains of ancient plants and animals. But understand that fossilized bones are not the source of it, okay? Identify petroleum or oil. We hear it as adults, it's petroleum, but it's oil. Coal and natural gas is fossil fuels. Understand that natural gas is not the liquid gasoline that we put in our cars. Gasoline is made from oil, so the gasoline that we put in our cars is made from oils. There's a separating process in oil refineries that you will see out in West Texas. And then define minerals as naturally occurring elements found in rocks, like metals. There's other things that naturally occur in rocks, like diamonds and such. All right. Warm-up champs expectations. Y'all can't do much of that anyway. All right, let's look at the warm-up. So this is an experiment that a student did below. A student uses a remote-controlled car to drive over 3 different surfaces. One surface is gravel, one is grass, and the other one is a tile floor. The car has the same starting line and finish line for all 3 surfaces. After timing how long it takes each car to travel the distance of each surface, the student records the collected data in the chart below. And you see the chart. So number 1 says, what is the tested variable? So raise your hand if you can kind of tell me what you think the tested variable is. What do you think the tested variable is? I know that there were some issues before. Nope, not what I want. Nope, not what I want. All right. Science. Let's move on to, I know it says independent, but I think for you guys it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different when the kids are in the classroom. But So here's where things are going to get a little bit different. Is I'm going to play this video about a couple of times, and then I'm going to see if we can't play a Kahoot game, okay? I do have to pause the video because I can't have somebody else's video in my video and it all be on YouTube. So I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to play